LPG. Opa. תוציא הכל.
Time and time again throughout this war, we've seen that they have no bars. There is no limits on the cynicism of their operations. They will operate in, around, and beneath hospitals. And this morning, we're proving it once more that they will use the operations of hospital facilities for their terrorist activities. There is nothing shocking about the cynicism of this terrorist organization, and it's definitely not a funny issue or a laughing matter. Hamas have systematically used hospital premises. So when we find weapons or when we find funds that are stamped with Hamas's insignia, when we find senior leaders like Faik Mabhouch, who we killed in this morning's raid, it's because we know that they will operate in the urban areas that they've weaponized, and they have weaponized in the most atrocious way, really, the use of hospitals. Hospitals should be used for healing, and they should not be safe havens for terrorists. What they're doing is a crime, and this is why there is nothing about this operation that surprises us anymore, because we know that they just don't care. They don't care for the well-being of the civilians, Israelis or Palestinians. So I think it's a very clear warning to the Hamas Ministry of Health operatives, their administrators, that we are aware that Hamas is using hospital premises for terrorist activities. And that is why we sent and spoke to them recently in order to warn them that if they don't stop it, then we will have no other choice but to operate against them. I think this is part of the process, of the due process that is required and expected, but also a general understanding of that decency that is required when conducting operations against in areas which are densely populated, where there are civilians being treated or taking refuge. And when we're trying to distinguish between the civilians, the civilian infrastructure, the means and needs of the civilian population. So yes, indeed, we did do a phone call in order to announce that we are aware that terrorists, that Hamas terrorists and other terrorists are taking advantage of the protected authority that hospitals should have. We are also very determined to continue our activities, and that is why, hopefully today, we will continue to facilitate the access and distribute aid to the hospital. And that is precisely one of the messages that we conveyed in that conversation, that we will facilitate, and just let us know what you need so that we can supply it. And we will facilitate the access of humanitarian supplies and medical supplies to the hospital so that they can continue to operate throughout the course of this Special Forces operation.
Sehr geehrte Frau Präsidentin, meine Damen und Herren Kollegen! Es muss gelingen, dass in dieser Zeit mehr humanitäre Hilfe nach Gaza gelangt. Und alles das ist das, was jetzt erreicht werden muss im Gespräch mit den Staaten, den arabischen Staaten drumherum. Und es muss erreicht werden im Gespräch mit den Ländern, die Druck machen können auf die Hamas, dass das jetzt passiert. Ich will hier an dieser Stelle keine falsche Hoffnung erwecken. Aber ein bisschen habe ich den Eindruck, es ist im Augenblick realistischer, als es schon lange war, womit es noch lange nicht gelungen ist. Aber es wäre gut, wenn das jetzt und in dieser Situation passiert. Ich habe jedenfalls alle ermuntert, ihren Beitrag zu leisten, schnell eine Verständigung zu erreichen. Sondern weil es darum geht, dass wir den Sitz für Frieden und Sicherheit in Europa über Jahrzehnte zentral machen, nämlich, dass Grenzen nicht mit Gewalt verschoben werden dürfen. Unverzichtbar ist dafür aber natürlich auch eine Reform der palästinensischen Selbstverwaltung, der PA. Das kann nicht so bleiben, wie es heute ist. Da hat es seit 17 Jahren keine Wahlen gegeben. Und von der Legitimation derjenigen, die dort die Führungsaufgaben haben, kann man nicht wirklich umfassend sprechen, wenn das so lange nicht mehr neu bestätigt worden ist. Das ist jetzt passiert. Wir haben bei vielen Herausforderungen gestanden, haben es gemacht, wenn es darum ging, die Wirtschaft